Biomes. Deserts are very different from rainforests, and the reason for this is because they are two totally different biomes. A biome is a large group of ecosystems that share the same type of climax community. All the ecosystems within the biome have similar climates and organisms. Biomes located on land are called terrestrial biomes, and biomes located in bodies of water are known as aquatic biomes. Aquatic biomes make up most of the biosphere, covering about 75% of Earth's surface. Aquatic biomes provide homes to many of Earth's organisms. Major abiotic factors affecting aquatic biomes include the amount of dissolved salt, the water temperature, and the availability of sunlight. We're going to break down the aquatic biomes into two groups, freshwater and marine or saltwater. Freshwater biomes include water bodies with very little dissolved salt, such as most ponds, lakes, streams, and rivers. Ponds and lakes are standing bodies of waters, which mean they don't flow. They can range anywhere from a few square meters up to thousands of square kilometers. Streams and rivers race downhill from mountaintops, and animals that live here are adapted to strong currents. Few plants or algae can grow in this fast-moving water, and instead, first-level consumers rely on leaves and seeds that fall into the streams. Streams and rivers merge with ocean water in areas known as estuaries. Estuary organisms experience changes in salt concentration and temperature as the freshwater and saltwater mix. Along most of the east coast of the United States, the major ecosystems found in estuaries are salt marshes. In tropical areas, the typical estuary biome are mangrove swamps, which are dominated by mangrove trees. More than 300,000 known species live in ocean biomes. The ocean is split into different zones based on depth and the amount of sunlight it receives. Marine biomes include intertidal zones, neritic zones, and the open ocean. The intertidal zone is where the high tide line and the low tide line are, and the organisms here must be able to survive the pounding waves and the sudden changes in water levels. Below that low tide line is a region of shallow water called the neritic zone, which extends out over a continental shelf. And because sunlight can still pass through the shallow water of this zone, photosynthesis can occur. And as a result of this zone is particularly rich in living things, such as large schools of fish and coral reefs. Once you start moving out into the open ocean, light penetrates only a few hundred meters deep, and those carrying out photosynthesis in the region are only in the top layer of this, and then down below, we go below the open ocean into the deep. The deep zone is located below the surface, and it's almost totally dark. These animals in this zone feed on the remains of organisms that sink down from the surface zone. The deepest parts of the deep zone are home to some very bizarre looking animals such as giant squids and the anglerfish with its long teeth and its glowing lure to snare unexpected prey. The 6 major terrestrial or land biomes that most ecologists study are the rainforest, the desert, the grassland, the deciduous forest, boreal forests known as taigas, and tundra. Remember, it is mostly temperature and precipitation that determines the biome. You will do more exploring on your own in all the different biomes, but here's a quick overview of each. Rainforests can either be temperate, like that of the northwestern coast of the United States that receives more than 3,000 centimeters of rain a year, where huge trees such as cedars, redwoods, and Douglas firs grow, or they can be close to the equator, like a tropical rainforest. Trees in the rainforest form several distinct layers, and tall trees form leafy roof, it's called canopies, and the second layer of shorter trees and vines forming an understory. Deserts are areas that receive less than 25 centimeters of rain per year, and the amount of evaporation in the desert is greater than the amount of precipitation. Grasslands are areas that are populated mostly by grass and other non-woody plants. They receive about 25 to 75 centimeters of rain per year. and fires and droughts are common in this biome. Grasslands that are located closer to the equator than prairies are known as savannas, and a savanna will receive as much as 120 centimeters of rain a year. And when you enter a biome where the trees are shedding their leaves and growing new ones each year, you are now in a deciduous forest biome. Deciduous forests receive enough rain to support the growth of trees and other plants, about 50 centimeters per year. Temperatures in a deciduous forest vary greatly during the year. Most of the trees in a boreal forest are coniferous trees, or trees that produce seeds in cones and have leaves shaped like needles. The boreal forest is sometimes referred to by its Russian name, the taiga. Winters in these forests are very cold, and they have periods where snow can reach heights well over your head. Even so, the summers are rainy and warm enough to melt all the snow. Now, the tundra is an extremely cold and dry biome. The tundra may receive no more precipitation than a desert. Most of the soil in the tundra is frozen all year, and this frozen soil is called permafrost. Because rainwater cannot soak into the permafrost, there are many shallow ponds and marshy areas in the tundra in the summer. Time to do your own research and find out about each of common plants and animals in these biomes, and it's also time to show what you know.